Next on Jersey Matters, actress Mackenzie Phillips joins us to talk about her heroin addiction and how she's now helping others. Is a political star born in Monmouth County? We will introduce you to Vin Gopal. And another Asbury Park comeback? We'll tell you why this time it's for real. Those stories and a whole lot more because Jersey Matters. Welcome to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. We come to you now from the stage of the Pollock Theater at Monmouth University, where we are about to record a town hall. But first, we want to talk to two of the guests who will be on that town hall. Mackenzie Phillips from American Graffiti and from One Day at a Time, who now is a recovery counselor and has written two books, one out now called Hopeful Healing. Thank you for being here. And she works with Brad Lamm, who is a former meteorologist, former weatherman in Washington, D.C., who has appeared on the Dr. Oz show several times. He is the founder of the Breathe Life Healing Centers. Thank you so much for being here. You have four books
We're
of
happy
your
to
own.
be here, Larry. Thanks for
I really
having us
appreciate
and
you being here. I want to get, if we can, I'd like to hear both of your stories.
Yeah,
Let's start with your addiction. When it became its worst and how you got out of it.
Well, let's see, when it became its worst. I mean, I started, the first time I used any type of drug, I was probably 10 or 11 years old. And I come from a long line of addicts and alcoholics, so if you believe in a genetic predisposition, that certainly was a huge contributing factor to my addiction.
10 or 11 years old, how did that happen? How were you introduced to drugs that young?
You know, I can tell you that the cocaine was when I was 11, and my dad and my stepmother had a big bowl of white powder on the coffee table in the living room. And my brother and I were like, well, they look pretty happy, let's try that. And so that's where it began.
And what was the moment where you knew that had to change?
Well, you know, when you break out in handcuffs at LAX on the way to a One Day at a Time reunion on the Rachel Ray show, I had stayed out of the system for a very long time, and I was like, thank God I'm not like Robert Downey Jr., who's been arrested 100 times. And then you have that thought, and then the next thing, you're being taken away in handcuffs. It was a defining moment for me, where I thought, oh my gosh, I'm almost 50 years old, and I'm somebody's mother, and I'm still doing this crap.
And Brad, your story, you talked about her being high on the set. You've been high on the set.
Yeah, I remember, gosh, my dream job, I landed in Washington, D.C., and I thought I'd made it, and arrived, and I was meth addicted and alcoholic, and I smoked 2 packs a day, and I was bulimic. So I did 3 hours of morning TV for a bit, and then, you know, it's hard to keep hold of the things that you love when there's a hierarchy of things that you love more. And so it took a while. It was 15 years ago, right about now, that I started. Some friends talked to me and they said, hey, you're not looking good. You're a little yellow. So actually it was the physical manifestation of alcoholism that my friends were seeing, and they were like, are you okay? And it was the first time that I said, hey, I'm addicted to meth as well. You know, it's been a secret, but it's been a long time secret, and I need help.
You are the founder of a recovery center that has helped thousands of people. How do you do it?
I knew right away when I got free that this was something that I had longed for a couple of decades. I was a preacher's kid. I thought I would never drink or do a drug, and yet it nearly killed me. So it was really that, you know, it's something too we hear when you get sober in 12-step fellowships, you hear this a lot, that the worst of the worst you'll one day use to help other people, and that's really true. We both get to do that. You know, the things that you would hang your head in shame around.
Become the greatest tools that you have.
Share with another to build empathy.
And how did you get involved? Did you recruit her, or did you go to Brad? Or?
Well, we knew each other from the treatment world, and she worked at a treatment center nearby, and we walked on the beach one day, and I said, gosh, I think we should work together. And you said, I don't think so.
I wasn't ready.
It was a year ago this week that
it's actually a year ago right now that I started working as a counselor at Breathe.
We're running out of time, but I think this is really important to get to, and that is your belief, and I'd like you to talk about too, Mackenzie, that there is always some type of trauma in someone's life that is related, not always, often some type of trauma in someone's life that is related to the addiction. Do you find that to be true?
If drugs and alcohol are but a symptom of a deeper underlying issue, then there has to be some sort of connective tissue to some sort of trauma. I know for me, you know, and I know what I see in my clients is you know, we're not necessarily talking big T like, you know.
I was in Iraq.
Right.
I mean, it's not always that.
That's a big T.
That's big T.
But then we have little T traumas, which are.
I'm wounded. I'm emotionally hurt.
I'm a wounded person, and I don't know how to be here.
And it's your belief that if you can have someone deal with that trauma, you can help their addiction?
Yes, and it's not like it was 20 years ago where we thought you needed to talk your trauma out. It's actually very different than that. The approach to treating somebody who is wounded to help them get well is, we've made a lot of advances in it, and that's how we treat folks at Breathe Life Healing Center.
That's right.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you both
being
here. And I'm looking forward to the town hall, which we're going to be shooting right after this. I'm glad we had you on Jersey Matters. Actress Mackenzie Phillips, now recovery counselor, and her book is Hopeful Healing, and Brad Lamm with Breathe Life Healing Center.
You got it.
Thank you so much. The town hall is going to start in a minute. That wraps up the first segment of Jersey Matters. We'll return right after this.